Hi folks, I hope it's a good day for you. I'm just posting this video to share some information about our next upcoming Mercury retrograde cycle, which starts on Thursday, April 28th and goes through May 22nd, 2016. I think it's important to remember that Mercury retrograde cycles are neither intrinsically good nor bad. What astrologers are talking about when we refer to Mercury retrograde cycles is a period of time that lasts for approximately 3 weeks, where, from the point of view of the Earth, planet Mercury appears to be moving backwards. And obviously, that's not literally the case. Planet Mercury is not moving backwards. It just seems to be moving backwards from our vantage point here on Earth. And so what we tend to experience here on Earth are issues or challenges that can relate with Mercury's domain, which are typically considered to be information, communications, travel, and exchange, which includes commerce and business. So Mercury retrograde cycles are pretty noticeable. That's why astrologers tend to talk about them and point them out for people. Again, not to be alarming, but just because knowing about them can be useful. Often during a Mercury retrograde cycle, the information that we need to make good decisions isn't readily available. And so many believe that it's ideal to postpone major decisions or contracts or new initiatives that would require clear moving forward until after the retrograde cycle, if it's at all possible. The challenge sometimes during Mercury retrograde is the perspective that we need is also missing. So it's a great time for reviewing and revisiting and retracing our steps, since that's what Mercury's doing, to reflect on our lives, to maybe not try to push forward so hard if we don't have to push forward with new initiatives or major changes or major new beginnings, and to review where we've been. Sometimes during the Mercury retrograde cycle, issues from our past or even people from our past seem to pop up out of nowhere. And often it's interesting to get a look at those issues again and reflect on how far we've come since we last encountered them or since we last saw those people. Often during the retrograde, though, it's typical that those issues will play out similarly to the way they did before. So if we did not have a successful experience of dealing with that person or that situation in the past, that's likely to be the case again. Although sometimes it's not always the case. Sometimes it can be really lovely to connect with old friends or old coworkers. So again, I'll post again about the Mercury retrograde just to check in and see how everybody's doing. But the dates for this retrograde, just as a reminder, are April 28th through May 22nd. Try not to freak out. Just leave more time when you travel. Reconfirm details of travel plans. Allow for backup plans. And it's typically considered a good idea to back up your information on your computer. Do that now before the retrograde starts. And we'll check in and see how the retrograde's going for you in a little bit.